Party boats galore here on Lake Washington, and again all jockeying for position, trying to get themselves close to the action, but they cannot get any closer than the log boom, and obviously there are already boats tied up to the log boom, and in fact in some cases to get that reservation you've got to sign up a long time in advance to get out there and get that ringside seat.
Yeah, there's only so many, and I don't know how much it is per foot, but if you notice, most boats are tied back first because it's pretty expensive to have those boats tied up there.
Well, just a spectacular day here on Lake Washington with Mount Rainier in the background and all the pleasure craft, and then we've got the fastest things on water that are racing for all these folks, and some of the fastest in the air performing overhead. And you know, while the boats have changed, and certainly the drivers have, and the technology in those aircraft have changed, there's only a couple of things that really haven't changed. One is this beautiful part of the country we call the Pacific Northwest, and that we call the Stan Sayers Pits, and that we love about Lake Washington and a great summer day here in the Northwest. One of the other things that hasn't changed is this tradition we have called Seafair. And one of the people most readily identifiable with that tradition is one Pat O'Day. This is his 40th consecutive Seafair here at Lake Washington as a broadcaster, and we thought it only fitting to honor Pat O'Day on this day. A wise man once wrote these words: "We take risks that defy logic and common sense. The chance of failure always looms large. Yet some of us are genetically wired to behave this way. We feel compelled to try the untried and test the unknown." Those words could describe the commitment made by these hydro team owners, or the life and death risks taken by the drivers of these water-bound rocket sleds. But they were actually words written by our own master wordsmith and resident legend, Pat O'Day, in the preface to his wonderful book, It Was All Just Rock and Roll. And they perfectly describe our friend as he celebrates his 40th consecutive year of broadcasting the Unlimiteds at Seafair.
He jumped it. I'm afraid he jumped it again. And here on the outside comes Jeff Bernard, the rookie.
Pat began his reign of 4 decades as the voice of Seafair with the likes of Ole Bardal, Miroslavac, and the great Bill Munsey. His rise to prominence mirrored that of the uncompromising owner of the red and gold beer wagon, Bernie Little. From Dean Chenoweth to Jim Kropfeld to Chip Hanauer and Dave Villwock, Pat O'Day is the master of bringing their races, their exploits, their courage to life through radio.
Side by side, coming down to the line. It's going to be as close as the next minute.
Rookie's got it. Pat not only knew the drivers and the owners, he was one. He helped put the first turbine-powered hydroplane on the water in 1972. Almost a decade later, his Miss KYYX boasted the sport's first female driver, Brenda Jones. But more than hydro broadcaster or team leader, Pat O'Day is our eternal reminder of Seattle's good times. From raucous summer weekends on the water to the rise of the rock and roll generation, this son of a fundamentalist preacher has spent his life ministering to our need for having fun. While he counted among his friends the greatest rock and roll stars of the day, names like Elvis Presley, Mick Jagger, and the incomparable Jimi Hendrix, Pat O'Day was also our buddy, inviting us to join him every day in experiencing the best music of the time. And once a year, to live through him the excitement, the danger, and the spectacle of Seafair's Thunderboat Sunday. He once said, "At its best and most exciting, a hydroplane race is a noisy rock festival with piston engines." And who would know better? At its best, the summer tradition we call Seafair would not be complete without the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer with the need for speed in his blood. Pat wrote, "Sometimes as we pursue our dreams, we escape the realm of the possible. We gamble on dreams we have no right to assume will come true." The self-described luckiest man on earth has been living one of those dreams for the last 40 years, and we, his fans, are all the luckier for it. And Patrick, I hope you didn't mind if we took a little license there in talking about you today on a day that we celebrate so many other great things about the Northwest. Today, my friend, we also celebrate you.
Pat O'Day is speechless.
A first.
That's a first. To our whole broadcast team, I just love working with you. You know how much I love this event, but this is over the top. I'm very proud. I'm the luckiest man on earth, I believe.
Well, Michael, you get to sit with him out there, and Chip, you have been around this sport for so long. To just listen to that man wax poetic about every day, it makes every race, every lap, sound like it's the most exciting thing yet to happen.
I remember the first day Pat O'Day interviewed me, and I thought I really had arrived as an unlimited hydroplane driver because Pat O'Day sought me out for an interview, and I still get excited when I see him now.
I do too. I can't tell you how much this gentleman has been a help to me. I've been in this business now a little while, but I cannot hold a candle to what you have done. And I think all of us who are in this business, Pat, think of you that way. And that's why we're so darn pleased to have you with us here on Cairo 7.
I'm a kid from Tacoma and Bremerton and Seattle whose dreams all came true. And what a dream this is today. All I can say is thank you. I'm humbled and delighted.
You know, Pat, for 36 years, I've sat down on this end of the tower and have watched you for all those 36 years, saying just a few because we've had a chance to do them together. And I always thought, you know, it would be kind of neat if the guy on the north end of the tower and the guy on the south end of the tower had a chance to just do one of these together. And it's been fun for me too, pal.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Mike, and thank all of you. And I guess the only message is every kid out there peering through the fence at the hydroplanes and the broadcast, you've got your dreams. Pursue them.
That's
Patrick,
for sure.
we will have many more opportunities to hear from you this afternoon. Thank you, and thank you for all you've done for 40 consecutive years. He's got loafers as old as I am.